I'm about to move you guys to the background real fast.
All right. Welcome to GRBY Talk tonight. We are so excited to be here. We have some anglers lined up to talk about their wins. We have some issues going on behind the scenes, so hopefully it all works itself out. If not, we're just going to wing it, and we have at least 2 on.
Yeah.
So we're hoping, we couldn't hear John earlier, so we're hoping he gets to come back on, because we all know everyone wants to hear about John's over 100 and stay wins. Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. Once again, for those who don't know, I am Kayla, and this is Chase. He's also known as Southwest Indiana Outdoors online on all of the social media, so make sure to go and follow him. I am on his videos sometimes, mainly because he likes to make fun of me, but you know, yeah, I am pretty funny, so I can't blame him. But we are excited to be here. Tournament season is in full swing. We want to just congratulate everybody who fished in the Indiana Kayak Bass Nation this weekend. Way to go. Way to, okay, who won again? I should have wrote it down. I didn't.
Oh man. I honestly, I can't even remember off the top of my head.
Me either, but
I looked at it last night and I forgot to even write anything down on that.
I know, me too. That's okay. But they are kind of our partners in this. We kind of partnered up with them a little bit and doing the fundraiser tournaments with them. So it was an awesome event for you guys get to do. And so right now we also have that going on, the fundraiser event. That is super exciting. So we will be talking about that shortly also. I'm trying to make sure we got all the things. I think the biggest thing and the first thing I want to say before we get started on our upcoming events is that Waldron Lake has been moved. People have been asking about that.
Yes.
And yes, it has been moved because the DNR put some restrictions on that. You want to share my screen real quick?
Yep.
They are not letting anything with a motor on it, and unfortunately, they are even saying at least some. Apparently, it's been some mixed signals, but at least some they're not even letting the kayak motors.
James England. Won.
Okay. Yep. There we go. Yeah. I knew somebody on here would know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we were all following along on that. But yes, Waldron has been moved to Sylvan Lake. I assume that's how you say that. It will still say Waldron on the Tourney X signups, but we are moving it over to here. So that is one of the upcoming events. Just take a mental note if that's one you were planning on fishing, that Waldron has been moved, because there's also more rain coming in, and we didn't want it to get, even if it gets moved off, the chances it will be put back on are pretty high. So that one has been moved. We also have Eagle Creek. How do you say that one? Niona and South Mud and Brush Creek coming up too. That is 4/16 through 4/20. So make sure you get signed up. Thursday at Lines In is the last minute to sign up, but we need you to sign up before that.
Yes.
Don't wait till last minute. Okay. It's fun to look and see who else is going to be there. So sign up ahead of time. And then the following week, because we don't have a GRBY Talk in between, we have Raccoon Lake, Summit Lake. Oh my gosh. Summit Lake, Lake Pleasant, and Kokomo Reservoir from 4/23 through 4/27. So, get signed up for those too. You got to get your team numbers in. Everybody needs team. You can stop sharing the screen now.
Alrighty.
I just wanted to show them that lake. Get it on there, but yeah. Sorry guys. There we go. Have some more people joining again.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that is all the upcoming events. I don't have people on to talk about those tonight. Hopefully by next week, or not next week, but the next GRBY Talk, I'll kind of have my act together between the winners and the upcoming events. I got to find a good way to combine all that and, keep it in with a normal time range, because we do value your time and we love that you listen, and it's just fun to get to encourage the community. So
yes.
I'll have to figure that out, and I don't have that quite figured out yet. Okay, so I guess put that back. Just do it a little bit where we're still on there too. We have a couple winners on, but I also want to talk about some of the ones that aren't going to be on. First off, it was the South month-long. Troy Stinson won that with 101 inches, and Paul Claskell was second place at 103/4. So, guys, every quarter of an inch matters. I know some of you guys like to throw those little guys back, but man, every single quarter inch matters. And Troy also got big fish with 21.5, and that is his big fish.
Good fish right there.
Yes, it is. And then there is him with the big fish. He was actually going to come on tonight, was not able to. So it was just a massive fish. Look at the belly on that thing. Super exciting. Awesome thing. We also had, Bischoff Reservoir. Tony Finley won that one, 79.25. Nathaniel Wilson was second place at 78.75. Scott Rowe was 76.25 in third place. And Tony also got big fish with 20.5. And I forgot to pull his big fish off there. This was, this is one of the launch pictures at Bischoff. Isn't that just a beautiful sunrise? I don't know about you guys, but we are enjoying the shotgun launch times.
Yeah.
We are enjoying it to talk to everybody before we get out on the water. We like to get up there early and set up. I'd rather sit there for 25 minutes before time and just relax and chit chat than be rushed and all that good stuff. So,
yeah, it was definitely really nice being able to launch with. We were lucky. We were able to launch with 12 others at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have a picture with that one.
Like 11 there were 11 or 12 of us, something like that. It was really good.
Okay, so we also had Poundstein. James Miller won that with 93.75. He also had something come up, wasn't able to make it, but we are still rooting him on. That was an awesome win. Matthew, 88.5 in second place, and Chad with 82.5 in third place. Oh, and I totally meant to pull this fish up. I'll have to do that next time. Todd Mason got big fish, and it was 22 inches, guys. It was a beast of a fish.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot to do that. I also did this last minute. I totally forgot to throw this together with all the pictures. So we're learning. We're getting there. Every week we'll just get better. So if you just stay in it, we'll eventually get there.
Marv said he was in that picture that we posted on the other lake.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That was the moon. Yeah. Really? Yeah, I guess it is. It's beautiful, though. It's absolutely beautiful. That's funny. Okay. So Marcos has not been able to join yet. So I'm going to just go ahead and, oops. He would be Blue Lake. So Blue Lake was also, make sure that's not, Blue Lake also took place. Marcos won it 82.75. James Miller was at 81 inches. Cam was at 78.5, and he won big fish with 20.25. That seemed to be the common theme. A lot of those this time around. Okay, and now we are going to bring on Mike to talk about his win. He actually has 2 wins, which is incredible. I love it. And then I seen his name in a couple of, at least one other place. So let's see. There we go. Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining us tonight.
What's up?
How's it going, man?
Very good.
It's pretty awesome to see your name so frequently in the thing.
Off to a good start. Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully you keep that momentum rolling.
For sure.
So first off was West Boggs. You won that with 94 inches, which was pretty good because I was out there. We fished that one too, and we couldn't. It was all like 10 inches, 11.25, 13, like just a whole bunch of little guys.
I've got a video coming out from that lake, and it was just, I caught fish after fish after fish, but they were just so small. Like I would catch one and I would cull up a 1/4 inch, or like my last cull was like 3 inches, and that was a 14 incher. Like you don't see a 3-inch cull with a 14 incher. So that tells you what kind of a day I had out on the water. So tell us a little bit about how you were able to find some big fish.
So my day kind of started off similar to that. I've only fished that lake a couple times. I really like it. I didn't get down there last year at all. I think it was on the same weekend as one of the other ones I fished.
Yeah.
But had the opportunity to get down there. So there was a stretch I wanted to fish that I know in the springtime they like to spawn on. So I started there, and just, pitching a bunch of stuff around, but started getting bit on a just Texas rig, sassy stick, Bizbaits, sassy stick. Like small fish, like kind of like what you're saying. Seemed like all the males were up, scooting around and that kind of thing. I did see a couple females that were up, like kind of hanging around. They weren't really on a bed yet, but they were kind of staying in the same area. But I couldn't get any of them to bite. So kind of fast. Like I got a limit pretty quick. But again, they're 12 to 14 inches kind of thing. And on my day I fished, I think it was Sunday.
So I was wondering.
It was nice in the morning, and then we had some weather come through.
Yeah.
Started raining, started getting windy. The bite that I had going kind of died. So I spent a couple hours, trying to figure things out. Went to a different area. It was raining pretty good. And, I decided, so when it's raining, especially like in the spring, I like to throw a buzzbait. So I started chucking a buzzbait around. About 2 minutes after I started, I caught a 15. And then about 2 minutes after that, I caught a 19 or 19 and a half up super shallow, and just absolutely crushed it. So I was like, all right, well, this is what we're going to be doing now. So, most of my bites that led to my limit all came later on in the day. Yeah. All on the buzzbait. Again, it was a Bizbaits buzzbait too.
Nice.
Awesome. Shout out to them.
I love their buzzbaits. So,
up super shallow. They were hitting it within the first 2 or 3 cranks of, the bank, and just clobbering it. And, once I got that bite going, the small ones were not around. They were all big ones. So
that's incredible.
Oh, that's funny. I actually switched to a buzzbait probably 5-6 hours in, and which I started out with a BFS buzzbait and just started catching fish like mad. But again, they were all small. So I was like, well, I'm going to upsize. And I did upgrade to a big buzzbait, and I threw it for probably an hour straight and did not get a single bite on one. So that tells you were definitely in the right area, that they were after that buzzbait for sure.
Yeah, I'm just sad because I can't get anything to even swipe at a buzzbait yet. So that's one of my favorites, and I can't get anything yet this year.
They were after it aggressively, and it was so much fun. And didn't want to leave. I caught my last one. I think I caught my last upgrade within the last 10 minutes of the tournament. Like, oh my gosh, I was kind of like, man, I want to stay down here, keep fishing.
So I talked about that the week before the tournaments. Fish until the end. Yeah. Don't give up, because the last few minutes of the tournament, you can make an upgrade like that. That's my last year on bluegrass. I caught one, and as I threw it back in, I was like, I'm going to make another cast and try to get another fish. And I looked, and I was like, oh no, it's literally lines out. So I measured that fish and got it back in the water at lines out. And the minute went up right as I'd put the fish back in. So fish until the end. It makes a difference.
I'm going to pull up the pictures you sent me real fast and show off some of your catches. First of all, I didn't mention either the second place and third place. Make sure I want to do that, and big fish. Yep. Chris was at 86 1/4 in second place, and Nate was at 80 3/4. Big fish went to Chris Daly at 21 1/4. So good limits all around. Like I said, there was, even the day we fished with several English, at least, I don't know. This is actually our launch day. I was going to show that picture, our shotgun launch day. We fished on Thursday, I think. Was it Thursday or Friday? Friday. It was Friday. Yeah. So there was a lot of us out there, and everyone was saying the same. Lots and lots of little fish. All that good stuff. So
yeah, Brian Sparks said he put a chatterbait down after catching 45 fish on it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
It's unreal.
All right, and then I think these are the ones from Bob's, right? I didn't mix them up.
Yeah, never.
Okay, so here are some of his fish from box. Were these buzzbait fish? I'm so
I was
jealous.
gonna say, you can see it was raining on him, so yeah.
That's why I figured. That is
one on the
incredible.
that was the first one I caught. That was the kind of one that kind of told me what I should probably be doing.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
That's awesome. And you've only been there a few times, you said?
Yeah, that was my third time there. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So it's right at 2 hours. That's about my limit in the morning for going to a tournament. So I don't get down there as much as I'd like to, but
it was a beautiful little lake. It was my first time out on it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I definitely will be back too.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, it's definitely a series we'll probably try to finish out. It's just over an hour for us, so not terrible.
Not too bad. Great little lake. Great group that fishes that. I love getting
yeah.
Getting to do that. I should think there was. I have it written down somewhere in all my millions of notes. 29 anglers.
Yeah.
That competed in that one, which is great for a spring one because sometimes you just don't know. Those always seem to be kind of hit or miss. And there were 187 fish submitted to that tournament.
Yeah.
So, and we all know that after a while, a lot of you anglers just start throwing the little guys back and don't even measure those or put those on the board. So that's saying something. Which I know everyone's trying to get their 10 for the team tournament and all that good stuff, but I still thought that was impressive.
Yeah, I caught a couple 17s that day. It was like, I can't. This isn't gonna help. That's like a weird feeling.
Great feeling.
That's an awesome day.
when a 17 does not give you an upgrade, you're like, this is a good thing.
So it was a little strange, but I think there was a boat tournament going on there that day. I think it took 25 to win that one.
Oh wow, yeah, that's awesome, man.
Oh,
there's some good ones in there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you also won Johnson County with 82 3/4. Tom came in second place on that one with 81.5. James England was in third at 81 inches, and the big fish went to Jeff Courtney at 19 3/4. And I think I have, hold on, let me go back. There's James England. I don't know if that was his big fish of the tournament or not. I didn't ask that question, or he was Jeff Courtney. Jeff Courtney was big fish, not him, but so never mind. Wrong name. Sorry, guys. There's his fish. And here are two of Mike's. So look at the
big old
fish.
Big old bellies.
My goodness. All right. So tell us.
Nice fish, man. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Johnson County.
So I went down there. I went to, there's a bunch of lakes. I don't know how many, 5 or 6 lakes there or something like that. I went to one first off, had it to myself. I think I was there maybe 2 hours or so. I think I had one fish for 12 inches or something, maybe, or 10 inches, maybe. And I was like, nah, we got to go. So I went to a bigger lake. There's a few other people there. I'd never been to that lake. Just, small, they're all smaller lakes. So you're just kind of, everyone's kind of fishing the same water. So it's just kind of, you find a spot where, people are and start there. But again, super shallow. I got, kind of when I get into trouble, I tend to go to a jig. It's kind of like my confidence bait. So, started tossing a jig around, and one of those ones in the picture was up in, probably less than a foot of water and smacked a jig. So, I had that in my hand the rest of the day and just went around the lake. And did that. And they were I think I caught 3 good ones there. I think 3 over 18, 1 over 19, I think, all on the jig, all within, less than a foot of water. One of the ones I caught, tail was actively bleeding. So, it was up, starting its thing. So I was like, okay, we're staying shallow and doing this. So just kind of started doing laps around the lake, and that's where we ended up. So
that's awesome. You had a great start. I'm so happy for you. That's just so exciting. I'm excited for you. My tournament did not start like that, so I'm going to be happy for you.
I got humbled yesterday. We talked about that a little bit, but
Yeah,
Patoka didn't carry it on at Patoka yesterday. So
Yeah.
Well, you got to keep the head or the right size. You're not going to fit your boat. So it was a good start. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing about your thing. Is there anything else you want to shout out or mention about your tournament days?
No, I think I gave you all the goods. So I think I'm fishing Eagle Creek next week. So hopefully things go good.
All right.
I have a feeling we'll probably be talking to you more this year. So thanks for joining today.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye.
Have a good one, man.
All right. And we are actually going to backtrack because, let me go back to his.
All right, Marcos, how's it going?
Where did he go?
We cannot hear you, man.
Make sure you're not muted. Marcos was Palestine. There we go. No, he was not Palestine.
Can you hear us? I'm guessing he can't hear you still.
He's probably, it looks like he's looking for.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. It looks like on my side, I don't see a mic for him or Jacob Singer.
You might have to make sure you have the mic allowed. You might have to get out and make sure you have that enabled. There we go. We'll give him just a second. I personally love listening to the stories of tournament days just because having a good fish day is literally just like, there's nothing like it when you come off a good tournament day. So I love listening to their stories. I wanted to make sure to get on as many people as we possibly could. I knew it was going to be a little bit of trial and error the first couple of ones that we do, but I figured it would be worth it. Definitely going to have to figure it out maybe through the thick of tournament season, doing every week so we don't have so many and can still talk about the upcoming series or something, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it rolling. We'll see if he gets to jump back on in just a minute. We are trying to think. Let's go ahead and pull in Jacob Singer for right now.
That's his mic was the same way. He jumped out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. All right. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and reread the upcoming tournaments again real quick. Right. There is Eagle Creek. No, Naona. I can't say that one. Naona. I don't know. I can't speak, guys. It's all right. And South Mud, Brush Creek, and Waldron are, Waldron is not actually Waldron. They are moving it. So that one will be Sylvan Lake. So just remember that one has changed. That is 416 through 420. And then the next week, 423 through 427 is Raccoon Lake, Summit Lake, Lake Pleasant, and Kokomo Reservoir. Yeah. So, sign up for those. And I just had a thought because I really want to. I don't know if you guys are in the middle of. Sorry, my bad. The team tournament. I got a message and then my brain just went whoop. In the middle of the team tournament. But I am, and you also have the bracket going on, and there's the competitive side of me really wants to at least try. And I was just like, I wonder if any of those are the week that we are going up to fish the Kayak Adventure Series with a ton of you guys, which is going to be awesome. I'm so excited to meet y'all. I wonder if there's any tournaments there we can maybe double dip.
I was already starting to look into that today.
Okay, I was like,
I'm like, it's definitely something to look at potentially doing.
Right.
I did want to mention this. The Man vs. Fish mentioned it earlier, and when we were talking on bogs, said water gets rough in the summer on the weekends, and that is so true. And that's what I've explained to her a couple times over as well. Water gets really rough on the weekends, so there are a lot of pleasure boaters out there. They'll be out there on jet skis and everything. So just be aware of that. If you want to fish bogs is a really awesome lake. But know that there will be a lot of pleasure boaters on it. So
yes, that's true. Okay, so let's see.
We've got John in. We've got Scott in.
Scott on. All right. Well, let's go to Scott then, and we'll see if I can find that.
How's it going?
Right.
Hey, thanks for joining
Scott?
us.
Welcome, man.
You guys hear me all right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Sound great.
All right. Did you want me to talk about Worcester at all, or should I just jump into Lawrence?
We're gonna do Mill Pond and Lawrence first. Now I have a really dumb question, just because I haven't ever actually looked. Like, so are they two lakes that are like close to each other, or are they just like
It's actually
lakes
like
and-
a series of 5 lakes. They also go by twin lakes. So that refers to Lawrence and
Okay.
Myers, which are connected. They don't connect to the other lakes, which I think includes Mill Pond, Cook, and Holm, and maybe there's one more. Um, but yeah, I had a choice to fish, basically either launch from Lawrence or the Mill Pond launch, and I wasn't sure which one to pick, but my wife convinced me to launch from Lawrence, so I listened to her, and I'm glad I did, because from what I heard anyway, the Mill Pond ones were a lot tougher and not as successful, at
Yeah.
least on the day I fished. But anyway, prior to the tournament, I was kind of looking to see how everybody did, because I fished on Saturday, and wanted to make sure to mention that I noticed David, who ended up in third, he ended up putting up like 89 inches at first, and it looked like he had a fish DQ'd or something like that, which I just wanted to make sure to mention that, because I wouldn't be sitting here if that didn't happen. So he fished good enough to win. So just keep your head up, man. Whatever you're doing, you did it right. Just don't let it get to you.
I want to say
But-
he mentioned it being his first tournament too.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I think he's
definitely a name to watch
tournament
for sure going forward. And so, but yeah, I don't know if you guys.
Way to mention that, I like that. Good community support right there.
Yeah.
Knowing that you've been taken out and still cheering them on. So,
but yeah, if you guys saw the video I posted a couple days ago of losing that fish, my mindset going into this was like, if I'm gonna win this, I would like to get over 89, so that maybe it's like a more legit kind of feeling. But yeah, so. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. In a perfect world, his fish wouldn't have got DQ'd, and I would have landed that thing. But unfortunately, things happen. So, but anyway, going into the day, I saw that his score got reduced to about 81. So it felt like the door was open. I noticed a lot of people were catching a lot of really small fish, a lot of 10 to 12 inchers. So definitely was prepared for a lot of dinks. So got out on the water with James. We both launched on Lawrence, and it was still kind of storming in the morning a little bit. I heard some thunder off in the distance, but wasn't seeing any lightning. So we felt okay to get out on the water and start fishing. Unfortunately, first half of the day, I didn't bring my GoPro, so I was kind of bummed about that. I left it in the truck. But I pretty quickly started catching some fish, caught a little like 11 incher, and then I ended up getting a 15 and a half. So it's like, okay, that's a decent one. Then I see James coming around. We were both on Lawrence. I saw him going towards Myers, and he said he was going to try to make it under the bridge because the water was really high from all the rain, and it was like a really tight squeeze. Like I wasn't sure we were going to make it to Myers. So he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go for it." I was like, "Okay, I guess I'm gonna go for it too because I'm interested in checking that lake out." So we had to kind of limbo, and we barely squeezed under there, and so. From there, I was like, okay, which way do you want to go? He's like, I'll take the left bank. So I was like, all right, I'll take the right. And so we just kind of split up and started going. And shortly after that, I ended up getting a 16 and a half, I think. So that was another pretty decent one. So felt good about things so far. And then I just kept working my way along the docks until like the very last dock. And there was a bunch of cattails that started. And I basically just like flipped a jig like right next to the dock, and on the fall the rod got heavy, and that's where I got that 21 and a half. And so that was a nice one. Again, bummed because I didn't have my my GoPro going, so I didn't get the footage of it, but I got a little release clip of them. But
heartbreaker.
Not too long after that, it was like maybe 20 minutes later, there was another like nice looking lay down right between two docks, and I was like, okay, gonna try hitting that, and I put my spot lock on, and then my motor, like it started taking me like right towards one of the docks, and it started like speeding up really fast. I'm like, what the heck is going on? At first I thought it was just adjusting for the spot lock, but it just started speeding up. So I got my paddle out and had to shove off somebody's dock, and then I like pulled the plug on the motor to kill it. And so from there, I'm like trying to figure out what was going on, and it turned out that I got some water from like the heavy rain because it was raining the whole day. Some water got into the remote, and it was making things kind of act crazy. So
Oh, God.
luckily, so I thought I was okay. So I brought a pack of spare batteries with me, and I was like, okay, maybe the batteries are just wet. Maybe I can dry things off and get things working
Yeah.
again. Tried all that, couldn't get it working still. So I was like, well, I guess I'm paddling. So I started paddling along the other bank. I'm kind of making my way back to the ramp, and I found this little area. It was like a creek running down the hill, and it was coming down pretty good because of all the rain, and it was like muddying up the water. I was like, okay, this looks like a area that, you know, maybe the fish are using the muddy waters to ambush some
Yeah.
fish. And so I ended up catching quite a few fish there, probably like 5 or 6 of them, but they were all pretty small ones. And at this point, I think I was sitting at around like 79 inches or so. So the smaller fish weren't really helping me. I definitely needed to start calling some of them out. And at this point, I see James taking off towards the ramp, and I'm like, okay. He told me earlier he was probably planning on going to the other launch about halfway through the day. So I figured that's what he was doing. And so I was like, well, since if I'm going to be motorless, I might as well just stay on these lakes and make the best of it. Like I've caught some decent fish here. Like maybe this is just what needs to happen. So I ended up moving on, and I actually went back to the ramp, and I was trying to fix my motor for like a good 45 minutes because I like the wind was picking up and the rain was getting heavier, and I was just like, man, if I don't have the motor, this is going to be a miserable rest of the day for me. So I tried for a while, and obviously I never got it working again. So I just ended up taking the motor off, putting it in the truck, and I was like, well, just downsize everything,
Reduce some weight. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So I got back out on the water, and I stayed pretty close to the ramp, and I found another creek that was like running down a hill into the lake. I was like, well, what the heck? We'll try it in this area. And I ended up getting a 17 3/4, I think is what that one was. And so that one actually jumped me up into first. So I was sitting at like 83 inches at that point. But James was like right there at 82, like nipping at my heels. So I was like, I do not feel comfortable with this guy right behind me. So so I was like, I really need at least one more good fish. And I think I still had like a 13 to call. So I was like, I really want to get rid of that at least. And then if you guys saw that video of the big one, it was like right after that. I was like, I thought I blew it. So yeah, I lost him. But then then I still did end up getting rid of the 13. I got a 14 3/4 to replace it with, so it bumped me up a few more inches, and then I was at 85 and a half. But I had no idea how the rest of the day was going to turn out. I didn't know how James was doing over at the other lakes, but actually in the last like hour or two of the tournament, I got a call on my phone from the Marshall County Sheriff's Department, and I'm like, oh boy, what'd I do? And so they were like, hey, we see you out on the lake. Can you come to shore so we can talk to you real quick? And we're like, okay, sure. What's going on? And so they're like, yeah, well, we got a call about empty kayak like floating in the lake, and we're like, okay, what kind of kayak was it? Because at this point, I'm like kind of getting worried. Is like, was it James or Brian or something? That's scary. So and then they're like, well, it was a paddleboard. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, we're pretty sure it just like detached from somebody's dock and floated away because of the wind. And they're like, okay, that now I don't feel as worried about it. And they're like, well, we just noticed your truck was at the launch, and we just wanted to make sure it was you and that you're okay and everything like that. I was like, yep, I'm good. And I was like, I didn't see anybody else out on the water pretty much all day besides us. So, but yeah, that was a interesting run in.
That definitely make you a little bit nervous there.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just out here fishing. What I do. But anyway, yeah, I made it back to the ramp when Lines Out was, and James ended up coming back to talk to me at the end of the day. And I was starting to unload my stuff, and he was like, oh man, did you see that 21 I just uploaded? And I was like, oh, you better not have. So no, yeah, he was just messing with me, but yeah, no, it was that was it. It was an interesting one. Definitely, it was one that it was weird going through the day. It was one that I like. There was so much adversity to it. I didn't feel like it was really my day, like with the motor issues and everything like that. But it just, I kind of feel like it might have been a blessing, because if my motor was working, maybe I would have picked up and headed to the other lakes or something like that. So kind of worked out for me.
I love it because we're listening to all of you guys talk about your tournament days, and it's just like all of the tips that you repeatedly hear. Last like moving lakes all of that good stuff. You know, being willing to move lakes, keeping your head in the game, because it is totally a mental game as much as it is knowing where to fish. You could have let all of that ruin your day and be like, I'm done, I'm going home, but you didn't. You stuck it out and you got first place. And that's I was laughing because you're sitting there talking about fishing with James. So you fished with the James that got second place. That's hilarious. Y'all two were out there killing it.
So I wanted to mention something on that too, and that's something that I say all the time. Whether it's just on my YouTube channel where I'm talking to people that are like starting to get into kayak fishing, kayak tournaments, especially, or just people out on the water that are interested in it. Like, kayak anglers are different. Like, you guys are competitors, but you guys fish next to each other. You were like, well, hey, let's break down this section of lake that we haven't fished yet. I'll take the right side, you take the left side. Like, that is not something that you do with competitors very often, but on the kayak side, I think that happens very often, and that's what's so cool. Like, I love being able to look at a competitor and be like, hey, here's what I've been catching fish on today. And I mean, I don't know, it's just like we're all in the same boat, even if we are competing against each other. It's really cool celebrating everybody else's wins, even while they're right next to you.
You're absolutely right. It's completely different from my perspective than the boat community. I fished a couple boat tournaments and I just didn't get the same vibe at all. And it's always been so friendly and welcoming. And yeah, two of my best buddies that I've met doing this are James and Larry. And obviously their names come up a lot. They're really good. And it's I'm always happy to see them because they're, you know, I consider them friends, and they I've learned a little bit from them, of course, fishing a lot of the same tournaments. And I'm, you know, I'd like to think that, you know, we all like make each other better because we're all, you know, tough competitors, and, you know, we can all have some good days out on the water. So
having buddies that push you to do better is a good thing, even if it's because you looked and you've seen what they caught and you're like, well, I got to outdo them. You know, I can't let them beat me here, you know?
Right. Can you pull up my screen? He sent a picture of his, in the video, it says your new PB.
That's right. I didn't even think I mentioned that. That technically is my new kayak PB. It's not my biggest overall bass, but it is my new kayak tournament PB.
How cool.
Oh, sadly, I don't have the camera, and I didn't get this catch on tape, but got my new kayak PB. 21 and a half. Don't have a scale either.
Oh.
But that's a good one. That's going to go a long way.
Beautiful fish.
What a fish, man.
He wasn't all that heavy. It was just kind of a long, old fish. It kind of looked like, but
it was good kayak.
That's okay. Great kayak bass. I've caught some not so great kayak bass before, and that was a good one.
Yeah. When you get those 16 inchers that are like almost 4 pounds because they're just footballs, and you're like, this is cool, but it does me no good in a kayak tournament. I caught a 19 and a half last year that was like just so skinny. I think it weighed just over 2 pounds.
That's crazy.
Bass,
that's a great kayak
but
fish.
It was just long, you know. I'm like, hey, that's a good kayak bass.
I was going to bring you on at the same time as John too. If you have anything else to say about your tournament, I'm not trying to interrupt you.
Oh, no, you're good.
Because you got, is it second? I can't find all my things. Is second in Worcester?
Yes.
Okay. And what day did you fish that one?
That was on Monday. So I was the last group of people to fish, but I think there was like 7 of us maybe that fished on Monday, something like that. So we already knew what we were up against. Knew it was going to take an incredible day to have a chance.
Yeah.
But that was honestly.
Yeah.
Just sitting there knowing.
Yeah, it was funny. So I was talking to Larry when John fished, and we were kind of watching what he was doing out there. It's like, oh man, he's already over 90. He's killing it. Yes. And then obviously ended up over 100. It's like, oh well, I guess we might be fishing for second. So got out to the ramp on Monday, and I was talking to Marv a little bit, and we were both kind of saying, you know what, we're just gonna go for it. You know, whatever happens, but we're gonna try to go for the win on this thing. And so I mean, I know what that lake is capable of producing, so there's always a chance. You're never out of it. So nothing too crazy about that day, but I ended up finding an area in some shallow grass, and basically all of my limit fish were caught within like 50 yards of each other. And
Incredible.
If this says anything, everybody else that I talked to at the ramp at the end of the day, they went all the way around the lake and they were fishing a lot of the same baits I was and just not having the same kind of success. So I mean, it's one of those things where sometimes you gotta know when to stay in an area or double back and hit that area again versus just keep covering water. That can really make the difference between having a good day and a bad day. And yeah, sometimes like we were talking about earlier, sometimes you got to know when to pick up and leave an area or a lake entirely. And sometimes you need to know when to stick it out. And what I've noticed in my more successful days is sometimes it's just knowing when to stay put and not leave an area because it's holding the better fish. So that's what the case was in that day.
John in here, I wanted to have you answer this real fast. Austin made a comment and it says, does Scott have a YouTube channel? So you were talking about getting video. Do you put that video out there?
I'm not adding John yet. I was going to do that.
So I do. I have created the YouTube channel. I haven't uploaded anything to it yet, but I do plan to very soon. So
okay,
I'm trying to go. I'm trying to like tell my story and everything about the day and maybe joke around a little bit and put some of the highlights in and everything. But that should be coming soon.
If you have any questions on YouTube, please feel free to reach out. I'm still newish into it, but I'm to the point where I've grown pretty good and seeing a lot of growth this year, especially. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I love helping people out. So.
What's your YouTube channel name? Because you said you created it, right?
Yep, I created it. It's Scott Case Bass Yakin, so pretty close to home. So,
all right, there we go. Make sure everybody knows they can watch that. That's awesome. Yep. I wanted to point out a comment I seen you put on Facebook that you said your wife said that if you didn't win any tournaments, you couldn't fish anymore. So, congratulations on getting to fish some more.
I just got to keep it up.
Yeah, that's right. Good motivation, though. Good motivation. Well, thanks again for coming on and sharing your story. I wanted to just get a little bit about your second place win because when we talked to John, I'm saving him for last, guys. I just am because I know everybody's waiting because anytime somebody has a 100-inch day, that's like the premiere. So sorry, John, you're in it for the long haul. But I want to hear about that because I think it's so interesting. Our tournament series, we have to, select certain days or whatever. I just kind of wanted to hear what day you fished and what it was like so that when he comes on later, we can just kind of see, what the difference in the days makes. It's just kind of fun.
I do want to add to that. It does make a huge difference because, okay. Yep. Yep, there is nothing on it yet, but
check it out.
Well, no pressure. Now everybody's gonna go watch.
Well, yeah, now I got to get a move on. So
now you do have the pressure because the biggest thing I say to people post.
Okay, let's see.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
We lost internet for a second.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes, thank you. It was
okay.
But
I know we're kind of wrapping up anyway, but
yeah, I just wanted to say thanks. If there's anything you want to add, you're welcome to. But we really appreciate you sharing about your day.
Yeah, appreciate what you guys are doing. You're doing a great job, and keep it up.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Have
Thanks,
a good one,
man.
Scott.
We appreciate you. Have a good
Yeah,
one.
thanks, you too.
Okay, so we are gonna go back and try to have Marcos on.
Yep. It looks like he's got a mic now. So,
Let's
all
see.
right, Marcos.
Yeah, we
Hey,
can hear
there
you
he
now.
is. We got you, man.
All
We got
right.
So
Sorry, it's my first time. It's my first time.
Yeah.
it's okay, no big deal. Hopefully, it won't be
Welcome,
your
man.
last. You know, we'll get you get those some more tournament wins in. So
That's
you
right.
won Blue Lake with 82 3/4. That must have been a tough one. There was 14 anglers, but there's only 42 fish submitted. So we're interested to hear about how that tournament went.
It was cold. It was really, really cold. It was extremely cold. I was running late, and I want to apologize to Mr. Orr and Mr. Miller. But we got there and we launched, and I wanted to go back to the truck for an hour or two. I'm not even gonna lie, it was cold. I had this idea that I was gonna fish blade baits all day, and that didn't work. In the first 15 minutes, all I did was keep flipping the blade bait over on itself and hooking my line. And so it didn't take me long to quit thinking about spawn or fish moving up,
Yeah.
and just I went right back into as if I was ice fishing.
Yeah.
And I tried to stay out off the break, and I tried to present more of a vertical presentation most of the day instead of trying to bounce off the bottom or whatever. And it was really tough. I mean, it was tough, but I was catching fish, and I just wasn't getting big fish. And I haven't fished Blue Lake in a few years, but I've heard, oh, it's full of 4-pounders, 5-pounders. So I was nervous the whole day. And then James wasn't weighing anything in.
Yeah.
So then I thought, well, he's hiding in the bag here. He's going to show up at the end with this massive 100-inch bag, because I'm thinking these guys are catching 4-pounders and 5-pounders all day. And I mean, it was cold. We'll go back to that. But I just kept drinking coffee, and whenever my hands would get cold, I'd put them in my pockets. And I just stayed slow and consistent. And I had a bite going on. And I tried other things. I tried jigs. I tried shaky heads. And I actually caught fish with them.
Nice.
But I wasn't catching fish as much as I was on the rattle trap.
Yeah.
And so I just stuck with that rattle trap. My fingers were burning. My forearm was burning from ripping it up out of the weeds. But it didn't seem to matter, because I kept telling myself the water's 47 degrees.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that was the whole key to winning. And in the last 2 hours, the sun actually showed up for us. And so I moved over to the southern bank, and I knew that lake's a little muckier on that side. And that was basically the change that gave me the 2 bigger fish to put me in front of. I did it in the last half hour, the last 10 minutes, actually. And that was amazing. I was really impressed with myself, but I didn't think I was going to win.
Yeah.
Because we fished Saturday, and there were 3 anglers for Sunday, and then 2 more on Monday. And I've seen these guys on the monthlies.
Yes.
And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to hold on to this. Somebody's going to figure this out, because it took me, half the day to finally lock in and say, this is what I got to do. But I'm thrilled to have won, and I know it's going to be hard to do it again, but I'm going to keep fishing. So
yeah.
That's awesome.
There's nothing like when you know you had a great day, and I'll talk about my day here in just a second too. We'll have Jacob Singer on here, and I think me and him will kind of get to go on both about our day a little bit. But when you have a great day, and then you look at the people that are still to fish the next few days, and you're like, well, these guys are guys that I've seen win so many tournaments already. Like my day is just going to be completely overshadowed.
Yeah.
So if you're like me, you're checking the leaderboard like 20 times a day, and you've got those people that don't upload until the end of the day, and you're like, I know they're not at 0 inches. I know they're going to upload fish. So you're like, I'm just going to keep checking. And then finally, like 5 minutes after line's out, you're like, upload. Okay, all right, they've uploaded. Okay, I'm still ahead of them. Like,
Well, yeah, but they still have another 2 hours.
yes, exactly.
And I'm thinking, well, maybe this guy's just getting home and eat dinner and then go through his pictures and just blast it out of the water. He's, because it got warmer after us. It just kept getting warmer and more steadier. And I thought, there's no way. There's no way. I had a great day, but I'm probably going to be 4th or 5th or 6th, like where I usually end up. But
Yeah.
For some reason, it did warm up, but it didn't work out for them, and it worked out for me in the best way possible for everyone. So no hard feelings or nothing. But
yeah, that's awesome, man. Congrats for sure.
That was I can't do the cold life path, so way to stick it out. There's a certain point I'm like, no, I'm good.
Oh, I had my hunting gear on. I had extra boots in the truck. I had to go back. I had a Milwaukee electric split zip up that I got from work for Christmas. I had it on. And after 2 hours of throwing this rattle trap, I had to go back to the truck and switch back to my rain gear, take the undress. And then I was cold for half the day. I had everything in the truck in case I fell in and everything. It was like, this is serious here on this weather. And they were telling us with the wind chill, it was going to be 17, but fortunately it stayed above 20 for us most of the day. But yeah.
That's rough.
And now we're going into flooded conditions this weekend. So
yeah.
It's going to make it interesting. Those first few spring tournaments, the March and April tournaments are always tough. Just you never know. You never know what you're going to get with weather. So it makes it interesting.
You mentioned flooding. I assume that you were going to looking at fishing that Waldron and
I'm signed up for Sunday. I've been signed up for since
of a location.
Yes, but now no, we're cutting out. But now we're going to Sylvan.
Yes. Just making sure you see that. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing us about your day. Yeah. We really appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Might see you again. You never know. Have fun.
All right. You too. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, Marcos.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. What are we doing next?
So next is bluegrass. If you want to bring on Jacob and share my screen too, that'd be great. So Paul Claspel actually won that with 92 3/4. He also got big fish with 20 and a half. So that fantastic. Congratulations, Paul. He's not able to be on tonight. So I ended up bringing Jacob Singer on, mainly because I thought it would be funny because he beat Chase by a half an inch. So it'll be funny. So thanks, Jake, for joining us tonight. How are you doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you this time. So doing good. Can you
I wanted to say real fast. So just like Scott said, James came back and met him at the ramp at the end of the day. That was one of the highlights of my day when we fished, because for those of you that don't know, Jake and I both fished the same day. So we were pulling back up at the ramp. Wind had picked up brutally that day.
It was so bad. And
she lost her kayak paddle. So he actually helped drag her up onto the bank and everything.
Yeah,
him and John Gittner. So it was really cool. But yeah, Jake came over and met us at the ramp, and of course gave me a hard time that he passed me up there at the end of the day.
I don't know how you guys even fished the wind on that big lake. I mean, it was insane.
I did a good job at that, obviously.
I knew better not to go there.
The water. That was one of the worst days.
The wind helped me in the long run. And I found a spot right on that had dark grass, deep.
Yeah.
And deep, 4 to 6 feet for this lake that I was at. Yeah. And that dark grass, I caught them on a chatterbait earlier in the year later in the day when the sun was shining. And they were in that same spot again. With 2 hours left, I had a limit. all day, but I didn't catch any big fish until the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
On a Ned rig with a bizbait net on the end, and it would barely fly in the wind to go to the bank. But I mean, once that started, that's how I started catching all my fish, was just right there in the last 2 hours, all in same spot, same cast every time.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
They were schooled up there. They moved up there later in the day. I mean, the 20.5 I caught, I hooked it and it started jumping on the opposite side of the kayak before. I mean, it took forever to get it in, but I mean, it was just pure luck that I only moved 100 yards all day in that wind, and I just stayed in the same spot. I mean, that was just luck that I've been catching them there.
Yeah. I did a couple other areas and log within, well, actually I missed the fish at 11 minutes to go, and had a couple others come up and surface on the frog but never actually eat it within that last 10 minutes of the day. But most of my fish and my big fish literally plucked out of the exact same hole in that 9-10 feet range, and same bait, just casting in the exact, like you were talking about, casting in the exact same spot, and you could tell they were just moving through there. It was definitely a fish highway that day, because I would land one and I might go a few minutes and not get a bite, and then the next cast there'd be another one there in that area. So yeah, they were
I mean, you're in a good spot. I ain't gonna lie. I know that island pretty well, where you were sitting, and I mean, I caught them on a jerk bait earlier in the year, real good on that island, but I couldn't get that bite, so I just went to the smaller lake.
Yeah.
It paid off. It paid off.
So. Yeah, it did.
Those weeds are terrible. I ain't been out there. I don't know if you guys went Saturday, if the weeds have gone any yet, or
we didn't go on the main page.
Yeah, we went and hit bird dog last night. So yeah, we haven't since tournament day.
Which I'm ready to get back out. So hopefully this week we'll be back out on it. But congratulations.
Thank you.
I it was just funny. I love watching you come to the whatever, the ramp at the end, and you're like, "Hey, what'd you catch?" So good.
I figured he was upgrading. Because I upgraded a 1/4 inch at right with 3 minutes to go.
Yes.
I knew I was up a 1/4 inch, but I was like, that ain't enough. I still didn't think it was enough to catch you.
Yeah.
It was funny.
That was great, man. It was, you pulling up there at the end of the day definitely highlighted the day. And it's what I talked about earlier with Scott and James. Like, the fact that we're competitors but can just sit there and cut up with each other, like, that's what it's all about. The kayak game is such a different world. Like, you and I have shared, obviously we fish a lot of the same areas, and you and I have shared fish that we're catching, what we're catching them on, you know, and it's just how it goes. It's fun, man.
That's right.
It's
hey, can you share my screen real fast?
Yeah.
So I have fish right here. Is it you have Jake on there? So do you go by Jake most of the time?
Yes, most of the time, yes.
Okay. So I have Jake and his fish, one of his big fish on here. Look at that thing. Makes mine look like a little minnow.
Is that the big one? The 20.5?
Yes, that's the big one. But I know there's 2 bigger ones in that lake. They were caught last year.
Yeah.
So I've not hooked that one yet this year. But I'm hoping to.
Next time. Okay, and this was Paul. Just wanted to make sure to showcase that. I really thought I grabbed, I don't know, I probably did and just forgot to add them on here, but next time I'll have all that together. And then there's Chase with one of his from Bluegrass. I think that one was the 19.
Yeah, 19.5.
Yeah. You can see we're kind of hiding away. And then I had to showcase nice one. I'm sorry, Glenn, if you're watching. You don't know me well enough, and I feel bad picking on you, but it's funny not to. If anybody knows, this is one of Glenn's big fish right here. So he said that he caught some, probably would have brought it up to third, but unfortunately, he was on self mode. So don't forget to check your pictures before you release. But yeah, just had to share that. Sorry, Glenn. But appreciate you coming on. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Can't wait to take you on to the next.
I'll see you guys. Yeah, I'll see y'all at the ramp sooner or later because I got 4 days of work and then I'll be out 7 days fishing that big lake till I figure it out.
Nice.
I had 11 inches. I had 11 inches starting last year on the first one in bluegrass.
Yeah.
So big, better start this year.
That's right.
I skunked the first one of bluegrass last year, so same. I did much better this year.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
See you, Jake.
Okay. Let me go back. Ready to bring John on finally. Appreciate that he's on here. First, I wanted to do a community shout out to Clayton. He
All right.
Sorry, guys. Man, we really tried to avoid that tonight, so we'll figure that out. Community shout out, Clay Carpenter. Somebody said that he was incredibly helpful. We got there and to shout him out for mentioning that because I think it's incredible helpful. There you go.
Yeah.
Answering all the questions. I'm hoping that kind of as you maybe things that happen, all that good stuff. So, but okay, so now the moment that everyone has been waiting for, we are going to be bringing on John, who won. Let me go back. Worcester. He had 100 inches. Scott was at 94. He had big. Which was. He also was in the North month long, and he won that to all day fishing.
Yeah.
And Cody Park.
Hey, John, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
To save you because everybody was blown up about your day. So good way to keep everybody on and it. So thank you for joining us. So tell us about your day on Worcester.
Yeah.
It started off a little rough because that was only the 4th time I've ever been there. And the first 2 times when I pre-fished, I didn't catch anything. And then the 3rd time I pre-fished, I caught 2 14-inchers. So I just went into the tournament, if I could just catch one, just to get on the board, to feel good about myself, just to catch one. And when I started on the spot where a bunch of locals go, and it was just not how I fished. And as soon as I started fishing how I know how to fish, I ended up catching one. My first one was 18 and a half. I
Yeah.
think it was on a crankbait. And I was so happy. I mean, I was ecstatic, you know, I caught that fish. And then I went a couple more hours and I went clear across the lake in an area that I didn't even pre-fish at all. I just went over there and I ended up catching the 21
Nice.
over there in that corner. And then I noticed my crankbait started sinking. Like it was like a rock. I mean, just bloop. And it just, I had to have it floating because I was fishing on top of the weeds and
Yeah.
bouncing it off of the trees and stuff in there.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a reaction bite is what I was aiming for.
Yeah.
So I went a little while longer. My wife texts me. She's like, "How you doing?" I'm like, I still got two. I got two." She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pray for you." I'm like, I am so happy right now. I mean, I caught two, you know, one being the 18 and a half and another one being the 21. I am
Yeah.
like ecstatic right now. So I fished another little area and I went a long time and I was cutting across the lake because I was going to go back to that same spot where I caught that 18 and a half just to see if it reloaded or anything like that.
Yeah.
Well, when I went around the corner, there was two boats sitting on it. I'm like, dang. So I throw. I love chatterbaits. I love spinner baits, crankbaits. I'm a power fisherman, you know,
Same.
and so a lot of people they like to throw, you know, white, and I'm just not a white throwing guy.
Yeah.
So I went with what I know what I got more confidence in, just like when I was down in Florida. And I got blown up on a bank and my wife started texting me. So I'm texting her and I'm throwing out and I end up catching, I think it was the 20 and a half, I think is the one that I caught. And I as soon as I got it in the boat, I texted her, I said, "You are freaking good luck." And I sent her a picture of the fish in the bottom of the kayak. And I'm like, I put it on the board. I'm like, man, I just need two more. I went from one to, you know, now I might, what? So I hit spot lock on my trolling motor. And it's like the very next cast, I catch a 17. I'm like, okay. About three casts later, I catch a 14. Now you couldn't have slapped the smile off my face. I just, I was in the right spot at the right time.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to say too much because I'm going to end up going back there probably for the
No
the
worries.
tournament. But I ended up when I caught the last one was the big one, the 21 and a half. And that fish was so big. Yeah, that's the 21. I tongue hooked it, so it was bleeding bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the second one that I caught.
Well, look
That's
at that
awesome,
smile.
man.
That was one of the first things I noticed was your smiling that.
Yeah.
You were just beaming.
I caught that big one. I caught. I think it was probably close to 7 pounds.
Yeah.
It was just so meaty. And then I noticed the other competitor that was out there with us were with me. And I say, "Hey man, come here." Like I was catching a lot of fish. And I said, "Are you in the GRBY?" I said, "You in the GRBY tournament?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Are you catching anything?" He's like, "No." He's like, "I ain't even had a bite." He's like, "Man, I'm struggling." So I told him what to throw, and I moved out. I moved out of the area, and I let him throw up 77 inches. You know, so good for him. And he had ended up having a good tournament. So it was a win-win in any way you go around.
Yes.
I love to hear that. That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exciting. And I think that's like multiple times now is, you know, again, being cool with the people that you're competing against. And that was one of my first first tournaments ever. The guy who had previous tournament, I ran to him on the water, and that was the same thing. He asked me how I was doing, and I was like, I haven't caught a bass yet. All I had caught was crappie to that point. And he was like, well, he's like, I've been catching them on a square bill. And I was like, I've got one here on my kayak. And I was like, I don't know how to throw a square bill. Like at that point, I was brand new to bass fishing, like had never really had bass gear or anything. And he was like, tie on that square bill. And 5 casts later, I caught my first fish and ended up catching multiple fish in that tournament. And that's like helping each other out on the water is just so awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it's competition, but man, we're out there to have fun. And
Yes.
I've been out on the water in big tournaments and not caught anything, and it's not real fun.
Tournament, when you're not catching them, we're still out on water, but on tournament day, when you're not finding fish, that makes your day, because like you just get in your head and all you do is think, well, I'm going to fish harder. And then you normally fish faster and just continue to fail. So yeah, it's great helping each other out.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I am glad to see that you are going to we freeze up.
Can you hear us, John?
There you go. You were freezing up.
Our internet is lagging the last 2 times. Tonight. I don't know what's going on. We were saying we're excited to see that you are doing the Kayak Adventure Series. Yeah. That will be fun to get to a big group of GRBY people going. Yeah, so definitely. Super excited about that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be there both days.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to come up with a plan. I mean, I live right next to the St. Joe River. I mean, like I'm 5 minutes away from Maggie's. I'm, 6 span, and I fish. Oh, I grew up on that river fishing it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Exciting. Thanks so much for sharing about your day. Everyone was so excited for you. Seeing that thrown up on the spring tournament, especially up north, is really, really cool because I know the weather was not favorable. So it's awesome to see. Is there anything else you want to add or anything
you want to shout out or anything while you're on?
Nope. That's it. I had a great time, and hopefully I'll talk to you guys again.
Yeah, we hope so. I have a feeling we probably will. So thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
Have a great one, John.
Thank you. You too.
All right, there you go. He had a killer day, and the fact that he stopped when he was having such a great day and helped somebody else catch a limit is literally the best thing I have heard. That's incredible. It really does. I don't know. It just pays to help people and to be kind. So that's incredible.
If you've fished very many tournaments, you've had a bad day in a tournament. Like it just happens. We were talking on the Bluegrass tournament. Jake Singer said like the first tournament at Bluegrass, he caught 11 inches. Last year, the first tournament at Bluegrass, I skunked. If you have fished very many tournaments, you've had a bad day. And definitely cool when you've got somebody else that's out there and they say, hey, why don't you try this? Because it makes a world of difference.
That's right. And his one tournament day also won him the month long. So I'm pretty sure you have until the 15th to sign up for the April month long. If you're fishing some tournaments at the end of this year, it may not hurt to double dip.
Yes.
But make sure to get signed up for the month longs. A couple more things before we get off of here is wanted to mention the Patoka fundraiser tournament for let me make sure I'm on the right one. Okay, yeah, for Patoka, share this tab. There we go. There were 30 anglers that fished that. We actually still have one tomorrow to fish it, so it is not over. And the bingo card has not been claimed yet. So don't forget that. When you are fishing this one, don't forget about the bingo card. It's on their thing. And the first one to get the bingo card, gets $100. So don't forget about that. And if nobody claims it this
The
tournament,
next time it
will
doubles.
the next time it'll go to 200 and so forth. So make sure that you're paying attention to that bingo card. I know Josh put his little eyeballs there because he's letting us know he's there. He got a nice fish. He was fishing the tournament.
Yep.
We'll maybe talk into it now. He's a great fisherman. But now James England is winning that one with 94 1/4. Jason Wood is at 89 1/4, and Merlin Hammer is in third place. So one fishing tomorrow, it won't change that much, but it will be interesting to see. So that's exciting. Let's see, we have the year-long team. Right now, Team 17 with Todd Mason, Tom Parr, and Merlin Hammer is in first place. And then Team 23 is in second place. Michael Luke, Cam, and James Miller. So 467 inches and 3/4 is the lead right now. I'm so curious to see what these numbers end up adding up to. It's going to be insane as the year progresses.
Definitely.
See, for the Northern on for the North, John Walton is at 84 1/4, and Jordan.
And again, I think John said that was a single day because I think that he had an 86-inch day when we were on with Drew the other day.
That's
so
right.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So sometimes people don't fish the month longs like me. It's hard for me to sign up. I know we have at best one day most of the time. Yep. Someone tell Brian Sparks uploading Team 14. If he's not been uploading, I know he's caught some fish. So definitely need to reach out and make sure that he knows to do it for both, and it's not on his team. If you're on his team, reach out to him, let him know.
Yeah, definitely, because he definitely caught fish while we were fishing bogs for sure, and obviously he fished the Patoka. I know he fished the Patoka Lake event. I don't know if he fished the GRBY Benefit. Did he?
Oh, I don't know if he did that one, so that one won't count. I don't know. Yeah. So somebody needs to reach out, make sure he knows.
Yeah, if your teammates with him, definitely reach out.
So, like I said, there's still time. Right now, there's 12 anglers. There's still time to join. So if you are up there fishing and going to be fishing, do it. But I was saying, I know most time we have one day a week to fish at most. So sometimes it's hard to sign up, but it can be one in a single day. So don't let it get you down. And sometimes it's just fun to double dip. So,
yep.
Okay, let's see. And then for the Southern, oh, look, Mike is in first with 94 inches. Brian Sparks, look at him. Yeah, 93 3/4, which obviously the month longs don't count for the team, but still, we know he's out there catching fish. And then Jason Kennedy is at 89 1/4. So we have 7 anglers in that South. So make sure you guys are getting signed up for that.
Yep.
We definitely can have some more action down there. So, okay, let's see. I think we're done with sharing all that. Wanted to shout out the outdoor. Don't forget that you have 10% for being a GRBY member there. Say hi. Let them know you're from GRBY. Let them know that's why you're there. Show them some support. Small businesses free. You don't understand unless you're a small business owner just how much seeing somebody and getting a little bit of encouragement can help you go just a little bit longer.
Yes.
So make sure that you stop in, say hi, if nothing else, just going in, share their stuff on Facebook, show them the support that they need. Oh, they're closed now. Okay, I missed that. Normally the 15th. Scratch that. Scratch what I just said. I don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't do the description.
Sign up for next month long.
Yeah, my bad. What was the 15th last month? So I didn't catch that change. Whoops. But yeah, the outdoor and that's how make sure
people that for your tournament. Local tournaments and go support them. So what I was saying Make sure that you support the companies that support Grubby.
Yeah.
That goes to whether you're looking at these on our backdrop or the small companies, individual tournaments. Look at your tournament and support them back.
That's
definitely.
right. I know I saw a lot of Grubby gear today on from Honey's Hideout. So that if you want to grab your gear and support that way, that's from Honey's Hideout. But we also have all of these main sponsors around here that we literally couldn't do what we did have these guys. So it's important that we continue to show them support. Don't forget about the upcoming events. And one thing I noticed, like, it's so incredible, like all of our tips we have come out, and what I heard from the guys who won these tournaments, it's just so in line. You cannot let your bad day stay in the game, fish the conditions, because like they said, they switch, they move spots, or they in one spot because of the wind. Fishing to the end, a lot of guys caught their biggest fish end of the day. I know we all feel like that morning bite where it's at, but stay all day as long as you can, obviously, and fish to the end, because you never know when it will change your bite. So I think that's all we have for tonight. We went a little longer than, well, I don't know if we did or not. I don't know how long they've been going, but trying to keep it about the hour-and-a-half mark. Before we end, I'm going to make sure nobody has any questions for the upcoming events. If you have questions, drop them in the comments now. We'll answer them before we leave. But we really appreciate you guys watching with us. I know that we are having internet problems, and we will do our best to figure that out. Country life, you know, is great until it's not great when you need internet. Has any comments? Also, I just women fishing. I thought that was like 6 of us, 6 or 7 of us women fishing. I can't remember exactly. So that was incredible. I love seeing more women get involved. Yeah. So, all right. I don't see any questions. I'm going to go ahead and thank you guys so much for watching. We really enjoy it. I love getting to sit here and talk to you guys and hear your stories. So continue to submit things, send pictures my way, clips, whatever. I'll get them on here. So appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good